So let's talk about another chapter called Stimulation, where we can use this for flood analysis. I think that would help. So let's start off taking a plane, just a simple plane object. Change the length, the width. And with that, we can, obviously we're taking a bigger length and width, and we can give, the more the segments, just keep that in mind, the more the segments, the more the model will look better. So yeah, these are all the segments. Smaller the segments, better the model, better the analysis for the stimulation will work for you. Now we go on Google and we go on the Stangram maps, where it's, this can actually help for our flood analysis, where you can map a clean map, or definitely a black and white clean map, which can be mapped to the area that you are actually locating and you're looking for. So obviously we have considered Australia as one of them, but we have selected currently a random area, and that's the area that we have selected. It's not Australia, but we've just selected a random area. If you click all these, the ocean, you can actually know where the place is, where the location is, like the map lines, the map labels, but we only need to tick is the auto explorers, exposure, and even see the maximum elevation. Now coming to renders, so we can even press M and get this dialog box. We go back to Tangram, and where we have actually downloaded the height mapper, we will drag it and put it in this code. So we have this code that creates as map 1. Now with that, I go from there to modifier, and then I say display, and the moment I press display, I will actually link that map to that. So I will link the map to this map, and it'll give me a dialog box, and I'll say instant. Now that's the plane that has been mapped to the plane. Actually, that Tangram map has been mapped to the plane. And we need to understand one thing is the max elevation that we have considered will be the same in your parameters strength displacement. So in the displacement strength, you need to place that value, and that's where the entire earth formation that will come in. You can change the plane color to a better earthy finish that you would like to give. So that's what it will look like. That's what the earth finish will look like. Now coming to that, you can do a PBR, and we go to the metal rough finish, and we get another dialog code box, and we drag that code to that image again and try and change the color to whatever you feel like. Earlier, what color we changed was just the plain color, but here we are actually giving a material to the maps that we have located. So I'm just trying to get a better color and a perfect color that we could be able to do the analysis. Now we have another command that we could use over here is HDRI, and in that we go to the environment one, and we again get a code. For that, they're already located. These maps are already located. This gives the background actually to the plane that we have, so you can select any one. So we're just selecting one random map. Yeah, so we select that map, and we just want to give it a background. We go to renders, and we go to environment, and we actually map it to this. So I will drag that and map it to the environmental map instant always. Okay. So you see, I see my background that is created. And you can change the height accordingly. You can change the orientation, the rotation. You can align it, tilt it, x-axis, y-axis. All depends on what kind of a site you're looking at and you're learning about that site. So with that, here we are with the plane, we are with the data. Now we try and create another plane over this to create the stimulation that we want to do for the water floods analysis. So we have that's selected. Now we again open the material editor and we again go to a material that we need to give. We go to PBR, which we did earlier, and we go to specs gloss. Yeah, specs gloss, and again we get a code that forms there. What you can do is you can just drag it directly and locate it to the map that we want to. We can just, it's an off and add, we drag it. So we get the color change. We can go and give another color to it because obviously we want to understand the analysis of the flood. So we'll take a bluish color to understand the analysis of the flood. And we can also change the glossiness. So that's what we can change. And yeah, so now we need to also check how we do another command is the noise command. And with that noise command, we change the z-axis. So sometimes the z-axis just changes to 5, 10, not more than that. But now if you really want to move it, you right click the move command and you get this move transformation, the transform that we have, and we can change the height from the z-axis here as well. You can minimize it, and depending on how you want to play with the height of the floods. So how this helps is to understand when we are examining the water, of the floods coming into the site or whatever you're looking at. So based on that, you can play with the height. You can do an average height and you can examine that from every 5 meters, 10 meters, depending on what your analysis are for that particular site. Now again, we go back by selecting the first material that we had given and we tag it to the planar material because we want to merge both of them. So that's what we want to do. We want to merge both of them. Now that's what we have done. So I just play with it randomly, taking it up and down to understand how the water flood will happen. Go to Alt W and then that's what you get. So that's like, the flood analysis, like for example, the earth finish and the flood analysis that we are trying to do. And then you can change this to say 20, 10, 10, then you can change it to 20. So if you see there's a little bit of difference, but not much of a difference. But the moment you put an angle, you change. So if you just see this portion for now, and if you just do that, bring it down, you change the height depending, and you can actually play with the stimulation by increasing the height of the plane that you have selected. Now with that, again, you go to the move command and you can move it here and there. So you will actually understand when the water level is high, the water level is low, how it will affect the site. So if you want, you can also again go back and select the earth mapping that we have done and decrease it, increase it, and that's where you can get again the change in the flow that you want. So this is all about stimulation, and and this is how you can do it.